yes. Went over there to Canada and got the dub. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. Shout out to the Indiana Fever. Was this game full of drama? And you know it was, because it was an Indiana Fever game, bruh.
Like I said, this team's been in every single game. So maybe if Canada had air conditioning, Holly, that would probably be helpful. But it's 1,000,000 degrees in here, but hopefully she'll be okay.
This is an absolute emergency for the world of basketball, and I don't say that lightly. We are witnessing something so bizarre, so unprecedented, and frankly, so dangerous that it borders on the unthinkable. Allegedly, there is a coordinated effort to derail the Indiana Fever, and the tactics being used are no longer just about basketball strategy or physical defense. They are seemingly venturing into the realm of environmental warfare. You look at the recent games and you see a disturbing pattern emerging. The Indiana Fever are playing in conditions that are frankly inhumane. Reports indicate that at recent arenas, the air conditioning systems have been suspiciously absent or malfunctioned at critical junctures, turning professional basketball courts into literal ovens. We are talking about professional athletes, some of the best in the world, being forced to perform under extreme thermal stress. This isn't just about being uncomfortable, this is about the health and safety of these players. When you have elite athletes exerting themselves at the highest level in an environment where the temperature is uncontrolled and the heat is potentially rising to dangerous levels, you are flirting with catastrophe. It has been reported that players are dealing with the physical toll of these conditions, and honestly, the fact that this is happening in multiple venues back-to-back is raising massive red flags among observers and fans alike. It's almost as if someone, somewhere, decided that if they can't beat the Fever on the court, they'll try to melt them down. Consider the situation in Toronto, where observers noted that the arena was sweltering, leading to visible distress among players and even broadcast personnel. When you see a veteran broadcaster like Ryan Ruocco, a man who has called countless high-stakes games, reportedly having to loosen his tie on air, you know the conditions are beyond the pale. People are asking, how does a multi-million-dollar professional sports facility forget to run the air conditioning until the fourth quarter? It sounds like a bad joke, but for the athletes, it's a grueling reality. Some online rumors are suggesting this could be a deliberate tactic, a way to sap the energy out of the Fever's high-tempo offense and potentially compromise their conditioning. Think about the impact on someone like Kelsey Mitchell. We've heard stories before about her body struggling under extreme exertion, and when you add high heat into that equation, you're playing a dangerous game. It's not just fatigue, it's a legitimate health concern.
Kelsey Mitchell about to put elbows and feet all over Marina Mayberry. Bruh, I swear to you, I ain't never seen Kelsey Mitchell out of character. She put her finger in her face. Look, when somebody do one of these to you, you know they for real. She say, don't you talk to me like that no more.
And then there's Caitlin Clark. We know she has documented struggles with migraines, and it is widely understood that extreme heat and high temperatures are classic, well-documented environmental triggers for such attacks. If the temperature in these arenas is being manipulated, is it possible that they are intentionally trying to spark these episodes?
We'll take a win when we can get it, and like I said, this team's been in every single game, so credit to them. They fought. We found a way to win. That's all that really matters.
You had to do it without Kelsey Mitchell in the fourth quarter. What do you know about what's going on with Kelsey?
Well, maybe if Canada had air conditioning, Holly, that would probably be helpful, but it's 1,000,000 degrees in here, but hopefully she'll be okay, but we certainly missed her.
This is where it gets truly unsettling. When you look at the footage from these games, you see players looking frustrated, you see them struggling with the ball because the floor is slick with condensation, and you see them looking to the sidelines as if to ask what is going on here. Is it a coincidence that these malfunctions happen exactly when the Fever are looking to push the pace? The level of physical play in the WNBA is already at an all-time high, and the league is growing faster than almost any sport in the world. But if the environments in which these games are played are not strictly regulated, we are looking at a potential disaster waiting to happen. Fans are rightfully outraged. You go online and see the discourse, the disbelief, the anger, the calls for the league to step in and investigate these facilities. It's not just trash talk anymore. This is about the safety of the women who are out there providing a global spectacle. It is allegedly becoming a trend, a dirty tactic being employed under the guise of facility issues. But at what point does facility issue turn into professional sabotage? We have to look at the patterns. If this were a one-off, you could chalk it up to a mechanical failure. But when it happens across different cities, when the narrative from fans and media in the building is consistent, it's hot, the air is dead, the players are overheating, you have to start asking difficult questions. Is the league doing enough to protect its biggest stars? Is there an oversight mechanism for climate control in these arenas? If a player were to suffer a serious injury or worse because they collapsed from heat exhaustion, who is held accountable? The building management? The league? The home team that conveniently had the AC breakdown? The optics of this are horrific. We're talking about the most popular team in the league being subjected to conditions that would be unacceptable in a high school gym, let alone a professional arena. And yet the game goes on, the Fever keep winning, they keep battling, but they shouldn't have to battle the atmosphere itself. There's also the mental toll. Imagine being a player already under intense pressure, knowing that every time you go on the road you might be walking into a trap. Not a defensive trap, not a coaching trap, but a literal physical trap where the very air you breathe is being weaponized against you. It adds a layer of anxiety to the game that no professional athlete should have to deal with. They are out there trying to execute plays, trying to break down defenses, and meanwhile they are managing their own heart rates, their own hydration, and their own physical safety. It's a testament to their professionalism that they have been able to navigate this as well as they have. But it is an indictment of the current state of league logistics. If these rumors are even partially true, it paints a picture of a league that is struggling to keep pace with the massive growth and global attention that the Indiana Fever have brought to the table. The facilities are being stressed, the protocols are being tested, and in the chaos, the players are the ones paying the price. We need to hear from the powers that be. Where is the investigation? Why aren't there strict, non-negotiable standards for arena temperatures that, if violated, result in immediate fines or game suspension? If the league is truly about the game, then the environment of the game must be a priority. You can't have a premier professional sports league where the athletes are at the mercy of the temperature settings of a building manager who might have a vested interest in the home team winning. It's unprofessional, it's unethical, and it's dangerous. We are talking about the health of some of the most talented athletes on the planet. And let's be clear, this isn't just about the Indiana Fever. If this can happen to them, it can happen to any team. It sets a terrifying precedent. If you can control the temperature, what else can you control? The lighting, the floor traction, the clock. Once you open the door to environmental advantages, you risk losing the integrity of the entire sport. This is something that needs to be addressed with extreme urgency. The fans deserve better, the players deserve better, and the game itself deserves better. We are seeing a historic season, a season where the Fever are reaching new heights, and it is being overshadowed by these persistent, nagging, and dangerous reports of environmental sabotage. Whether it's malicious or just sheer negligence, the result is the same, a compromised product and a safety risk. It is time for the league to step up and enforce a zero-tolerance policy for these kinds of facility issues. We need to see more than just apologies or vague statements about inclusive environments. We need action, we need transparency. We need to know that when these players step onto the court, they are safe and that the conditions are fair. Anything less is a betrayal of the athletes and a disservice to the millions of fans who tune in to watch them compete at the highest level. There's a lot of talk about the Fever effect, about how Caitlin Clark and her teammates are changing the landscape of the sport. Well, part of that landscape is the professionalism and the standard of care that the league provides. If they want to be a top-tier global organization, they have to act like one. That means no more excuses about air conditioning. That means ensuring that every arena is held to the highest standard. Because at the end of the day, the game should be decided by who plays better, who shoots better, and who executes better, not by who can withstand the heat better. It's time to expose these tactics for what they are, and demand that the league prioritize the athletes over everything else. The Fever are coming to town, and they should be welcomed with a competitive game, not a survival challenge. It's time to stop the games and fix the climate. The pressure is mounting. As the season progresses, every game becomes more critical. The stakes are getting higher, the intensity is rising, and the margins for error are shrinking. The last thing we need is for these games to be decided by environmental factors. We want to see the best players in the world showcase their skills, not witness them struggling to breathe in a sweltering building. If this trend continues, if the league doesn't take decisive action, the whispers of conspiracy will only get louder, and the trust in the league's oversight will continue to erode. That's a path nobody wants to go down. The solution is simple: standardize the conditions, hold the venues accountable, and ensure that the playing field is truly level. It's a basic expectation of professional sports. It's time for the league to show us that they are committed to that standard. We're watching and we're expecting answers. Ultimately, this is about the integrity of the competition. If we allow these conditions to persist, we are essentially saying that it's okay for the environment to play a role in the outcome of the game. That goes against the very essence of sports. Sports are about the human spirit, the human effort, and the human performance. They are not about who can manipulate the AC. We need to keep the focus where it belongs on the court. But to do that, we have to clear away these distractions, these dangers, and these ridiculous obstacles. It's time for the Fever, the league, and the fans to get back to what matters most: the beautiful, intense, and competitive game of basketball. Let's hope that moving forward, the focus remains on the action, not the atmosphere. The players have earned that much, and the fans deserve nothing less. Let's keep pushing for transparency, let's keep demanding accountability, and let's keep our eyes on the game. This isn't just about one team or one season. This is about the future of the league and the standard of excellence we expect from it. If the WNBA is to reach the heights that many believe it can, it must ensure that every aspect of the game is professional and fair. That includes the environment in which the games are played. It is a fundamental pillar of professional sports, and it cannot be compromised. We've seen the growth, we've seen the energy, and now we need to see the commitment to quality and safety. Let's make sure that the only thing hot about the Indiana Fever is their play on the court. It's time to turn down the heat and turn up the competition. We're all watching, and we're all rooting for a fair, safe, and exciting conclusion to what has already been an incredible season. Let's make it happen.